Well. Today was supposed to be our national championship game for the campus tour using the Liberty Flames, but today, October 30th, I had to double check the calendar. EA finally decided to give us an in-season roster update for college football 26, so instead, that is what we are going to talk about here. Of course, the national championship with Liberty will still be coming up. I believe that'll be on Sunday. But what we're going to go over is kind of some of the biggest jumps we saw either from individual players or overall teams, really focusing on teams that I kind of liked already, but were just missing a few little pieces that I think got them and became very, very good thanks to this roster update. And we are going to start off with a team we actually haven't used yet, but it's my personal favorite story in college football this year, the North Texas Mean Green Denton, Texas, headed up by quarterback Drew Mestamaker, who was even the quarterback 2 in the first roster. And if you don't know his story, he started as a freshman in high school. Then they had some big recruit came. I want to say he's the backup at Texas A&M now. It's Deuce something. I used to remember his name. Now I don't. So from his sophomore to his senior year in high school, Mestamaker played safety and punter, and was actually an all-district punter, fun fact for you, before walking on at North Texas. As a freshman, he didn't get to start at all. He was sitting behind Chandler Morris, who he decided to transfer to Virginia before their bowl game. Mestamaker got his shot, performed very well in the bowl game, got his chance to start this season, and North Texas has been incredible. They are 7-1. If there's one game to watch this Saturday, one game, North Texas hosts Navy, 7-0 Navy, 7-1 North Texas, 11 a.m. Central Time, Saturday in Denton. Watch that game. Anyway, that is where we're going to start. Let's go check out the updated rosters with the North Texas Mean Green. And last night I went through these rosters and kind of did a little screen recording so I can compare what they were to where they are now. In this, I might be the biggest overall jump. It's very close. Mestamaker, still no Mestamaker, I believe. Still no abilities, but he was a 71 overall with 74 speed before this update. Now we're at 85 overall, 83 speed on the 6'4", 211-pound pocket passer. The no abilities thing, because they tweeted out like, here's our new ratings hub, you can go look at the ratings of these guys, but they don't mention anything about abilities. I'm wondering if they even updated those at all. I'm really hoping they did. But yeah, this guy is awesome now. 91 throw power, 90 short, 90 medium. The 79 deep's not great, but North Texas, it is a lot of throwing underneath type of offense, but him getting up to an 85 overall with that speed is incredible. I'm so excited to see that. We also got an upgrade at halfback. I believe it's Caleb Hawkins is the big one here, who he went from a 75 overall to an 80, 87 speed to 88. So speed, it seems like they didn't really mess a whole lot with. Even like this McGill the second, he was a 79 overall. Now he's up to an 81. Still 86 speed, still no abilities kind of across the board for this North Texas team. So I'm starting to think maybe they did not really touch any abilities, which would kind of be unfortunate. But we do get some more upgrades at our wide receiver room. In this, we're mainly just focusing on offense. It was a lot easier for me to see big swings on the offensive side of the ball than it was to go through the defense, because in my opinion, defense is much more reliant on abilities than offense is. As long as we've got decent size and good speed, we can make an offense work. Defensive line, if you got a 90 overall guy, but he doesn't have a quick jump, he doesn't have a pocket disruptor, just don't think that's as good as like an 82 overall guy that has those abilities, for example. But at wide receiver, there were a few small changes for the Mean Green. Evans stayed the same, still the bronze sidestep he had before. Coleman with his 91 speed, still the same there, 75 overall. Landon Sides did go up from a 77 to a 79. It kept his 89 speed, kept his bronze sidestep, but the big jump we had here was actually hiding down at the bottom of the depth chart. The sophomore Wyatt Young, 67 overall, 86 speed before the update, now a 76 overall with 88 speed, so still a little bit slow, but certainly a viable option we can throw on the field, and a massive jump for this North Texas offense. The main story, of course, was the quarterback Mestamaker, where you're really hoping to see him have a few abilities, but still just getting that overall up, getting that throw power, accuracies, and speed up, I think makes North Texas a much more viable, I want to say they're a tier 5 team, and we actually got them coming up for campus tour. But anyway, speaking of quarterbacks, that's kind of kind of be the main focus throughout most of these teams. There is one more quarterback I want to make sure we focus on. The team as a whole I don't think their overall changed at all. No, they did not. But he was Division II quarterback at Ferris State, transfers into the SEC, waits for his opportunity, sitting behind the starter. Starter gets hurt. He comes in, has been awesome. He's finally in the game. Let's go to Oxford and check out Ole Miss. In their new quarterback one, Trinidad Chambliss, 86 overall, 85 speed, no abilities again. See, I'm thinking they really did not end up touching these abilities at all. But for him to come in as an 86 overall, 85 speed, Simmons down now to an 82, and he's a lefty. So it's nice to have the righty option here with Chambliss. Just those abilities kind of hurts us a little bit, but I'm just so excited he is in the game. He has been another awesome story this year. Really been pulling for Ole Miss just because of this guy. He has been so fun to watch, throwing, running, whatever you need him to do. Guy's gonna make a freaking play for you. I love Trinidad Chambliss. 91 throw power, 88 short, 86 medium, 84 deep. So solid accuracies across the board, good enough throw power, good speed. This guy alone makes me want to go back and use Ole Miss. I know we've used Ole Miss already, but that was with Simmons. Now we got my guy, Trinidad in there. The rest of the team, I don't believe changed a whole heck of a lot. Scratch that, I was very, very wrong. At halfback, I just assumed that because their overall didn't change at all. They were 85 overall, 85 offense, 86 defense, exactly where they're at now. And it looks like, by the way, well, while I'm thinking about it, they did change the team overalls, but they didn't change any of the tiers in college football 26. So you go road to the college football playoff mode. Clemson and Penn State, for example, are still tier 1. Miami still tier 2. None of that has changed. But at halfback, we did see a few changes here with Ole Miss. Damian Taylor went down from an 89 to an 87. Still keeps the same abilities. I gotta stop talking about it because I think it's pretty obvious at this point. They just decided not to touch him. But we got a huge upgrade here for Kawan Lacey. 86 overall, 92 speed. He was 75 overall, so a plus 11 boost on who I would assume we would use as our halfback one. I still kind of like the looks of this Damian Taylor, but I like elusive bruisers. But and no speed update for Lacey though. He was still 92 speed before. He's 92 speed now. I'm just double checking to see if he had his Braun Shifty. Of course he did. No surprise there, but now we got a really, really good kind of thunder and lightning combo here with the Ole Miss Rebels. At wide receiver, Stribling dropped down by 1. He was 88 overall, and he actually lost a speed. He was at 88 overall, 92 speed. Now he's at 87 and 91. There's a few guys who got downgraded, at least that I noticed, mainly, you know, those big quarterbacks coming into the season, Nussmeier, Arch Manning, those types, but to see his speed taken away from a wide receiver is pretty tough. But we do have Caden Lee. He didn't get an upgrade, I believe, at all. He was still 87 overall, 94 speed, same abilities and everything, but he didn't need one. Even with Stribling losing his speed, having Cutter and Sure Hands on a 91 speed receiver is very, very good. As long as you're, you know, somewhat comfortable running a veer and shoot that Ole Miss does, this team is still absolutely phenomenal. This offense is very, very good still. Haas, 89 overall, 86 speed. Let's see if that changed at all. Give me just a second here to get caught up on the video that I have. It did not. 89 overall, 86 speed is still the same, but this right actually got a solid upgrade. He went from 86 overall, 79 speed to 88 overall, 81 speed, 6'4", Cutter and Sure Hands and 50-50 on Luke Haas. You got some. This Ole Miss team is good, man. This team is really, really good. And now we get Trinidad Chambliss in there. But keeping the focus on quarterbacks, let's move to our next team. And the new highest overall quarterback in the entire game. The number 1 quarterback, any roster, all 136 teams, resides in Bloomington, Indiana. And Cal transfer quarterback Fernando Mendoza, 94 overall quarterback, 82 speed. Again, same abilities. We understand. 6'5", 225 pounds. Let's check his throw stats. 92 throw power, 94 short, 93 medium, 89 deep accuracy. Oh my goodness. This guy's unbelievable. So Indiana, they were good before. They were 85 overall. They had an 89 offense and an 88 defense. Today, 88 overall team, a 94 overall offense, a 90 overall defense. This is a team I feel like we're going to start seeing a lot of when we search tier 3 in Road to the CFP. Hopefully break up a little bit of the South Carolina and Arizona. It was really mainly South Carolina, but we saw a lot of Arizona State too. Kind of stranglehold those two teams had on that tier. Halfback wise, we really don't see anything, it looks like, except Black went from a 76 overall to a 79. Martin went from a 76 overall to an 80. But speed and ability-wise, of course, we're not seeing any other changes to the halfback room. But again, we don't need it when we have somebody like Roman Hemby with a silver shifty, 93 speed, 6 foot, 210, still big enough to break some tackles. And with that shifty ability, we really did not need any help at the halfback position. Also, didn't really need too much help at wide receiver, but I believe we actually did get some. Not with Elijah Surratt, 92 overall. He was a 93, so he did go down by 1, but he's still got his platinum abilities. He is still very, very good. Guy's going to get open with his cutter, platinum. He's going to catch everything with his sure hands, platinum. But we did get a good boost here on Mr. Omar Cooper Jr. Up to an 88 from an 84. Gets another speed on the board. He was at 92, now he's to 93. Keeps his double dip looking good there. Behind him, I believe these guys are mostly all the same. Brady went up by 1. Jackson is the exact same. Bond is the same. And Morris is the same. Like I said, we don't really need that. We can keep Surratt. He's probably your best slot option. I mean, he is 6'2", so you could keep him outside, but with the cutter and sure hands, he's staying on that field somewhere. Then you get the 93 speed option of Omar Cooper Jr. And then kind of whoever you want. Do you want the 6'4" EJ Williams, who's 90 speed? Do you want Jonathan Brady, the little speedster, in there? Do you want one of your 92 speed guys in there? You have plenty of options when it comes to this Indiana team. They are absolutely loaded. This is how you make a 94 overall offense. Signetti and the Hoosiers. Just unbelievable run they have been on here so far this season. Tight end wise, I don't believe we have too much to change here. Nope, these guys all look to be the exact same overall, same speed, same everything. The team is loaded. Indiana is absolutely loaded. I do actually want to check their defense just because it's very good. 90 overall defense now. I want to see if they got any potential quick jumps, anything like that. I know their secondary is very good, and we know this Kamara is very good. I think he was still, yeah, he didn't get an upgrade at all on the edge, but again, do we really need him to? Miami's Ruben Bain did. He went from a 92 to a 97 overall, but we might look at him a little bit later. Defensive line looks pretty much the same here across Indiana. Really where they made their bread was in their secondary, so that's kind of the main thing I am going to want to look at here. We got a couple small overall boosts. I had our D tackles. Both of these guys went up by 1. Linebackers, not really. Mike linebackers, nothing much. Jones went up by 1. Will linebackers. Aiden Fisher went from a 90 overall to a 91, so we get one more in there. But then at our secondary, let's see if much changed here. Pons still 92 overall, 94 speed. Yep. Sharp 81 overall, 94 speed. Yep, so that stayed the same, but much like we saw with wide receiver and halfback, we don't really need this to change. It's very, very good. This Indiana team is stacked. They're preposterous. But there is another team in the Big Ten that I think is not quite Indiana level, but nipping at their heels a little bit. I know a few people who absolutely love the playbook. Let's go head out west to LA. Check out the USC Trojan. As a whole, USC went from an 82 overall, 85 offense, 84 defense to an 85 overall, 89 offense, 86 defense. Offense has been performing well. It gets to show in the game here, starting with the quarterback, Jaden Maeva, up to a 90 overall from an 86. Speed stays the same, and of course, abilities stay the same, but he joins the rarefied air of 90 overall quarterbacks. We'll check his throwing stats here too, just because we have for everybody else. 91 throw power. His backup's got 95, by the way. 91 throw power, 90 short, 91 medium, 85 deep. I know in Madden, I want to say it's 85 is kind of the threshold in terms of being able to make it pretty much every throw. We hit that with my Avea. If it's the same, I'm not 100% sure it is, but he is up to 90 overall. That's a great start for the Trojans. At halfback, we see a slight upgrade on Sanders overall. Goes from 87 overall to 88, but his speed, this is the first real one we've seen where he went from 90 speed to 93. That's a massive jump for a halfback. With his sidestep, with his 360, that is a very dynamic running back that we can have potentially paired with Jordan. But if Jordan was a bruiser, you'd have that thunder and lightning kind of thing we saw with Ole Miss. But with them both being East-West playmakers, this is your new halfback one for USC without a doubt. Him getting up to 93 speed is insane. I think there's one bigger jump that I saw somewhere that we'll get to a little bit later. But we've seen so far, everybody's just been +1, -1, all that kind of stuff. Getting a +3 is absolutely, it's crazy. It's crazy. Then at wide receiver, we get Makai Lemon. He keeps his speed. He was at 91. He's still at 91 speed, but he goes from a 90 overall to a 93 overall thanks to the season he has been having. And it's fair because he's been a monster this year. His USC offense has been very good. So we got a 93 overall wide receiver. Lane stays the exact same, 89 overall, 89 speed, press pro, 50-50, both platinum on a 6'4" wide receiver. He's pretty dang good. Straken stays the same. Fair drops 1 overall and 1 speed. A little unfortunate there. Jordan stays the same. Sims is actually new to the roster, it looks like. I don't see him on what I recorded last night. So we get another 70 overall, 87 speed, 6'3" freshman, and another new one, another freshman, Romero Eisen, 76 overall, 91 speed at 6 foot tall. So this receiver room, I mean, you can, if you want to prioritize speed more than anything, you can get 391 speeds, and you got to keep a 6'4" platinum 50-50 out there. But you got 391 speeds to pair with them. You got another 90 speed here. With a 93 speed halfback and a 90 overall quarterback, all of a sudden this USC offense is really, really cooking. But speaking of offenses that have really, really been cooking over in the ACC, the top 10, the undefeated, a team we loved at the beginning of the year. We used them pretty early in campus tour. We liked them a lot last year as well because we loved the quarterback, we loved the halfback, the Jamal Haynes King combo, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. With quarterback Haynes King, the little human bowling ball. The guy's gonna get you 5 yards on a run at minimum. He's unbelievable. He has gone up. He was an 86 overall up to a 91 overall quarterback. Still keeps his 91 speed. I mean, it's a quarterback. 91 speed's more than enough. What we need him to get is like a workhorse ability. With how much he runs the ball, he should 100% get workhorse, but abilities, they seem a little more wary to adjust here. His strength did go up from a 64 to a 67. His awareness went up from 89 to a 95. Break tackle from a 79 to an 84. Trucking from a 63 to a 68. So we're heading in the right direction in terms of his running ability, and he can throw the ball perfectly fine as well. 90 throw power, 89 short, 87 medium, 83 deep. This is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the entire game. Probably second behind Navy's Blake Horvath, who, by the way, just throwing this out here right now, I am honestly upset. I think it's I think it's very treasonous. That's the word I was going for. That Blake Horvath went from a 91 overall to a 90. What are we doing? He has been awesome for Navy. How do you take a point away from him? He should have gone up. He should have been a 92 overall quarterback. Anyway, enough about that. Let's focus back in on Georgia Tech, I suppose. But yeah, Haynes King, super fun to use. Awesome quarterback in this game. Pair that with our halfbacks here. These didn't really seem to change a whole heck of a lot. Jamal Haynes, 90 overall, 92 speed with a shifty sidestep 360. Still very, very good. One of our back of the line guys here, Malachi Hosley, did go from a 76 overall up to an 80, just giving you a little bit more depth at the halfback position. Always appreciated. With a team like Georgia Tech and the playbook they have, you are running the ball a ton, so having options, different guys we can put in there is always a very good thing. At wide receiver, I do believe we actually got a downgrade here. We did with Eric Rivers, was a 92 overall down to a 90. Still keeps his 92 speed though, and of course keeps all of his abilities. Surprise, surprise. Rutherford stays the exact same. Patterson goes up from an 81 to an 82. He is a little too slow for me. I like the Press Pro, I like the Sure Hands, but 85 speed. What are we doing here? Canyon 78 overall stayed to 78. Stockton stayed. Taylor stayed. Gatling stayed the same, but still has 94 speed. So really what we can do when we use Georgia Tech, bang, now our top 3 receivers, 92 speed with a ton of abilities, Eric Rivers, 91 speed with Rutherford with some good abilities, and Gatling with his 94 speed. And we're sitting pretty good here with this Yellow Jackets offense. A super fun playbook, like I mentioned. If you haven't even gone into practice mode and try it out, you should try it out. I think it's a lot of fun. And last but not least, at least in terms of full teams, we are going to be looking over here. We're going to head to where I actually just was a couple weeks ago, out to Provo, the BYU Cougars, and Bear Bachmeier, true freshman quarterback. Much like North Texas, he was quarterback 2 on the depth chart before this update. He was a 76 overall, up to an 81 now, so much better. His speed is still only an 82, but we're just kind of taking whatever we can get at this point. It's really, this is the one team, it's really not about quarterback so much, in my opinion. As nice as it is to see this upgrade for Bear, he obviously deserves it. Just wait till we get to a little bit of a different skill group here. And it's not even halfback, even though this is a very nice upgrade for LJ Martin, up to a 91 overall. Now the elusive bruiser to have 89 speed, platinum head first, armbar, and downhill. Yeah, buddy. Now you're talking my language a little bit here, BYU. Now's when we're really going to get into some things here, though. At wide receiver, we've still got Chase Roberts at wide receiver 1, who's a very, very good wide receiver 1, 90 overall, 90 speed, great abilities, all of that. But, and Tiger Bachmeier dropped from 81 overall to 77. The big change here for the BYU wide receiver room, Parker Kingston was a 74 overall before this update. He is now an 86 overall wide receiver for the BYU Cougars with 96 speed. Oh my goodness. You throw him up here. Now we got a really, really good top 3 wide receiver room for BYU and Bear Bachmeier to work with. And this offense is really, really cooking. So those are the 6 offenses I think got the biggest kind of upgrade throughout the year, at least in terms of teams I like. There are teams that probably got bigger upgrades, and we'll go over them right now, mainly just focused on their quarterbacks. Again, 2 of the best teams. They were the best teams. They're still going to be the best teams. They are probably, I mean, they are better than they were. Number 1 being the Alabama Crimson Tide. Ty Simpson is now up to a 91 overall with 86 speed. This is when I'm kind of glad they're not touching abilities, it seems like, because we don't need another Jalen Milroe on this Alabama squad. But even just getting Simpson this big of an upgrade, it's going to make them, we're going to see them more and more, I think, would be my guess. But we did actually see, I believe, a downgrade on Ryan Williams now, which makes sense because he hasn't really done a whole heck of a lot throughout the year. But he's still 95 overall. He's still 96 speed. He's still very, very good. You still have Bernard, who's really been the standout for the Alabama offense. I was expecting a little bit more of an upgrade for him, honestly, but still to an 88 overall, 91 speed Cutter, sure hands on him. You still got your 95 speed Hale. You still got 93 speed Cole Adams. You still got 97 speed Mbakwe. Getting that quarterback upgrade, I think, is really we're gonna see more and more Alabama in terms of tier 1 teams. But the best tier 1 team, in my opinion, they were the best tier 1 team for me last year. I still think they're the best. Ohio State Buckeyes, Julian Sayin, also up to a 91 overall with 81 speed. Like, these teams are just preposterously loaded. Now, I mean, your halfbacks are fine. They're not like they were last year for Ohio State, but the wide receiver room, of course, Jeremiah Smith gets to keep his, was he a 90? He might have been a 97 and went up to a 98. I don't fully remember that one, but 98 overall, 95 speed Jeremiah Smith. And of course it's Ohio State. Of course you're going to be loaded at wide receiver. We don't have as much speed as Alabama has throughout the room, but now we have Carnell Tate, who got boosted up to a 93 overall with 91 speed. We still got 93 speed. You still got guys that are going to get open on this squad. And of course their defense is just ridiculous. Like their cornerbacks, Platinum Jammer, 93 speed, 6'2", Ball Hawk Knockout Bouncer, 93 speed, 94, 91, 91. And then free safety, 96 overall, Caleb Downs. Yeah, Ohio State and Alabama with these quarterback upgrades, feel like we're going to be seeing them a lot more in Tier 1, especially with Nussmeier kind of coming down for LSU. We'll take a quick look at them just because I know LSU is like the most popular Tier 1 team. You would see all the time. Nussmeier's down to a 90 overall. Still 76 speed, same abilities, same everything. And then they still have Jawan Johnson. So I actually wouldn't be surprised to see LSU kind of stay that most popular team, especially now Durham is up at 86 overall with a 95 speed. I don't know, it's tough, man. You still got your 99 speed Barry and Brown. Yeah, I guess LSU's probably still like technically the best just because you have a 99 and 98 speed wide receiver and 94 speed Aaron Anderson with his abilities and a 95 speed halfback. You just are kind of taking a little bit of a step back on quarterback. But LSU, Ohio State, Alabama, absurdly good teams. Speaking of absurdly good teams, I do want to quickly check on the team we used for the campus tour yesterday and see what updates we missed out on, because I know there were a couple here with the Miami Hurricanes. None for Carson Beck. Somehow he stayed at 92 overall. Beats me. Fletcher still our stud, would still be our halfback one here. I don't believe too much change at halfback. A big change came at wide receiver, Malachi Toney. I literally paused when we were going through the depth chart saying, this is why we need a roster update. I want to be able to use Malachi Toney. Here we are, of course. In the middle of me recording, that's when they say, hey, a roster update's finally coming. But he is up to an 88 overall with a 92 speed. I know he was 88 speed. I want to say he was like a 76 overall or something. So a massive upgrade for Toney. You still have Trader. We still have Joseph. We have another 93 speed down here. I don't know if he was on the team before this roster update. I might have just missed him. Certainly possible. 100% possible. And they also got a gigantic upgrade to one of the best players in the game, the guy who wreaked havoc for us in Miami's 6-1 defense, Ruben Bain Jr., 92 overall to a 97 overall right edge. If I had to pick one team to like actually try and like grind to get top 100 or something, Miami would be right up there. I love this Miami team. Let's stay in the M's because we have a couple more M teams I want to check out. One is Michigan. So Underwood got a little bit of an upgrade. He's up to an 83 overall, 87 speed. They got a solid upgrade at halfback here though. Justice Haynes, now up to a 91 overall, one of the best halfbacks in the entire game. Michigan's starting to look a little bit more like the Michigan team in College Football 25. I really liked that Michigan team, but now we got a better quarterback with Underwood as well. Wide receivers still not the best, kind of as we expect with the Michigan. That's kind of Michigan, right? So not too shocked by there. But keeping on theme of the M's and the best halfbacks in the entire game, let's take a look at the second best back in the game now, Ahmed Hardy. 95 overall back for Missouri, 91 speed, the great abilities. I love this guy. Missouri would certainly be up there in terms of teams to get in there and just grind with too, because he got a good 1-2 punch. I do think Roberts should have got a little bit, maybe a little bit more speed, definitely some abilities, because he has been awesome for Mizzou this year as well. Prebula did get an upgrade. I think he's potentially out for the season. I know he got hurt in that last game. I didn't hear about how severely it was against Vandy, but he's up to an 83 overall, 84 speed, some solid abilities on him. I really want to see, because anytime I've watched Missouri, obviously Hardy is the one that pretty much stands out the most, but right behind him for me has been this Brett Norfleet, this tight end. Sure hands, 50-50, 84 overall, 82 speed. This guy is awesome in real life. I was hoping a little bit more just kind of selfishly for him here. And wide receiver, we got 90 overall, Kevin Coleman Jr. Keon Coleman is somebody else. 90 overall, 92 speed. You got 95 speed, Marquise Johnson. I mean, this Mizzou team is really good. Really good. You can force feed it to Hardy. You got good speed at wide receiver. You got a really good tight end you could throw to. Big fan of this Missouri team. I actually have one more M team for us to look at. One of the biggest jumps of quarterbacks I noticed here was Maryland freshman Malik Washington, for whatever reason, they still have him as quarterback 2 here. But freshman quarterback up to an 83 overall now with 86 speed. This guy is awesome. 6'5", 231. I really hope he stays at Maryland and kind of leads them, hopefully over whatever their next hump may be. But he has been a ton of fun to watch in real life. He's fun to use in the game. Maryland is a very good team in this game. They are. Their playbook's really, really good. They've got a solid group of receivers. Now that we get that upgrade at quarterback, big fan of how this Terrapin team is looking. I think we only got really one more I wanted to check out, and that is the early story of the season. They've fallen off a little bit, just lost to Memphis, got whooped by Miami, but the South Florida Bulls and their bull of a quarterback, Byron Brown, who I believe got a solid upgrade as well, they also do run the veer and shoot. So just to put that out there, if you want to use them in Road to the College Football Playoff, you gotta be a little comfortable running the veer and shoot. That's Utah. That's the wrong team. USF, yes, Byron Brown, I believe, went from an 83 to an 88 overall, 87 speed, 79 strength, 87 break tackle, and 92 ball carrier vision. This all makes sense with how much they like to run them. And in the USF playbook, they do have a lot of QB draws, QB runs, things like that out of that wide veer and shoot style offense. Their throwing stats, 93 power, 87 short, 83 medium, 85 deep. This guy's a freak. This guy's an absolute freak. I think that's pretty much everybody we had written down in terms of, oh no, there's actually one more. The big speed jump I talked about. Another team that's been very, very good this year in the ACC has been the Louisville Cardinals. And they were a good team to start the year as well, mainly because they had such good halfbacks. But they got a huge boost at wide receiver. And I actually just wanted to even check if this was real, because it didn't seem like it would be to me. So we are going to check it out. Miller Moss, quarterback, 85 overall, 79 speed. Totally fine. Halfbacks, studs. Isaac Brown, 94 overall, 95 speed. Platinum shifty. Like, if you're using Louisville, you just give them the ball. We actually won a national title with Louisville. Fun fact, game came right down to it. But at wide receiver, I had to check something here. Yeah, Chris Bell, up to 91 overall, 95 speed. And from what I looked at yesterday, he was 89 speed. He got a +6 to his speed for a 6'2" wide receiver on a really solid team. I'm honestly I was blown away by it. I had to make sure I wrote it down from 89 to 95 speed and like 1,000 question marks to make sure I come and actually check it. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. He was 89 overall, 89 speed. Now he's 95 speed. Or I was just looking at it wrong. That could be too. But either way, that's an unbelievable wide receiver one. And have 91 overall, 95 speed, 6'2" wide receiver to pair with the halfbacks that Louisville has. And then you still have Colin Lacey, 88 overall, 91 speed, sitting right behind him too. And you could either keep Hurry up there. You could put, he is a little short, Bobby Golden, 5'9", 90 speed. Probably keep Hurry in there for a 6'2". Not worth losing one speed for that big of a height difference. But this Louisville offense all of a sudden now looking real good. So those are kind of the teams and the players that I was most looking forward to for this update. Some of the biggest changes I noticed. I will show just in Road to the CFP here that our tiers did not change. I know I mentioned it earlier. National championship game incoming with Liberty. But yeah, if we go tier 1, you still get your Alabama at 89 overall, 94 offense, 96 defense. That overall doesn't really make any sense. Clemson down to an 86, but stays in tier 1. LSU an 85, stays in tier 1. Penn State down to an 86 with an 82 overall offense. They stay in tier 1 though. So they didn't mess with any of the tiers. These are all the exact same. I actually wrote all these down because I'm a freak. So I know none of these actually changed. But some of these teams you could argue, like Miami could be a tier 1 team over Penn State, for example. But that's a pretty minor thing. At least we finally got the roster update. I don't know why. You would think it would be after every like 4 weeks or something, once a month, some sort of more continuous updates. Hopefully we get one more before the end of the season. Fingers crossed, time will tell. I'm not holding my breath for it though. But those are the teams that I'm most looking forward to. That'll do it for today. Remember, we will not have videos come on Friday going forward. We'll be back Saturday with an Air Force playbook review, and then I think Florida State is going to be the following week. Then we'll be back Sunday for the campus tour with the Liberty Flames. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know who I missed. What teams are you looking forward to the most? And all that kind of good stuff. Until then, though, take it easy.